You know that feeling in your gut when she says something and it just sits wrong with you. It feels off, but you love her or you like her, so you push that feeling down. You tell yourself you're overreacting. You make excuses for her. She's just stressed, you think. She didn't mean it like that. But deep down, you know. That feeling in your gut is your intuition. It's your brain recognizing a pattern before your heart is ready to accept it. And today we're going to listen to that intuition. We're going to talk about the things a woman says that aren't just arguments or bad days. They are red flags sewn into words. They are her telling you exactly who she is, and your only job is to believe her. I'm Alex Reed, behavioral analyst. This is Inner Plan. If you're tired of that nagging feeling that something is off, and you want the clarity to protect your peace, you are in the right place. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel right now. Let's talk about the words that mean it's time to go. Most guys think communication is about talking things through, and it is. But some things aren't meant to be talked through. Some things are meant to be heard, understood as a final warning, and acted on. A woman's words can be the clearest sign of her character. And when her character is incompatible with your peace, there is no discussion. There is only a decision. Today I'm breaking down 5 specific things a woman can say to you. If you hear these, it's not a signal to try harder. It's a signal to leave. We'll look at why she says them, what they really mean, and what you should do the moment you hear them. Let's start with the first one, when she uses your past as a weapon. Here's how it happens. You have an argument. It's about something happening right now. Maybe you forgot to do a chore. Maybe you disagreed on plans. But then, she doesn't stick to the present. She reaches into the past. She brings up a mistake you made months ago, a mistake you apologized for, a mistake you thought was forgiven and done. She'll say something like, "You're just like you were when you messed up that thing last year." Or, "You never change. This is exactly what you did before." In that moment, it's not about the chore or the plans anymore. It's about an old wound she's ripping open. She's changing the game. You're trying to solve today's problem, but she's fighting a war you thought was over. This tells you something critical. She doesn't believe in true forgiveness. She keeps a scorecard, and past apologies are just entries on that card, waiting to be used against you later. What do most men do? They get defensive. They say, "But I said I was sorry. I've changed." They refight the old battle. This is a mistake. You're accepting her rule that the past is still fair game. You're losing before you even start. Here's what you do instead. The moment she uses the past as a weapon, you stop talking about the present issue. You address the new, bigger issue. You say this calmly: "I want to solve this problem with you, but right now, you're bringing up something from the past we already resolved. That doesn't feel fair. It feels like you're keeping score." Then you listen. Does she double down? Does she say, "Well, it's true"? If she does, she's confirming the scorecard exists. Or does she pause? Does she say, "You're right, I'm sorry, I'm just upset"? Her reaction is your answer. If she confirms she keeps score, the relationship is a courtroom, not a partnership. Your trust will never be safe. It's time to leave. You don't argue. You understand the game is rigged, and you walk away. Now the second phrase, the my way or the highway ultimatum. A relationship is a partnership. It's 2 people building a life together, which means compromise. But sometimes a woman won't frame her preference as a preference. She'll frame it as a law, a non-negotiable rule you must follow to be with her. It sounds like this: "If you want to be with me, we will live in the city." Or, "I'm not having kids, and if that's a problem for you, then we're done." Now there's a difference between having a strong boundary and issuing a command. A boundary is about her. "I do not want kids." That's clear and fair. An ultimatum is about controlling you. My way or you leave. It reveals a mindset. She sees the relationship as her project. You are either a willing participant in her vision, or you are in the way. Your dreams, your wants, your vision for life, they are not factors in the equation. They are obstacles to her plan. Men often mistake this for confidence. They think, "She knows what she wants." But there's a difference between knowing what you want and demanding someone else want it too. Your mistake is to slowly surrender. You give up your dream of a house in the suburbs. You give up your idea of a big family. You shrink your life to fit inside her blueprint. And one day, you wake up in a life you never chose, feeling like a stranger to yourself. So what do you do when you hear the ultimatum? You don't argue about the city or the kids. You ask a question about the partnership itself. I hear that this is incredibly important to you, but I need to understand. Is there any room here for my vision? Are we building a future together, or am I just signing up for yours? You are testing for collaboration. You are seeing if there's a we in her mind. If she immediately says no, this is just how it is, she has given you your answer. She is a CEO, not a partner. Your role is employee. If you don't want that job, you resign. You say, I understand. Then I guess we want different things. I wish you the best. And you walk away. It's not a loss. It's a liberation from a future where you had no voice. Let's talk about the third phrase, the cruel truth, the insult disguised as honesty. We all want an honest partner. But honesty and cruelty are not the same thing. Honesty seeks to build up. Cruelty seeks to tear down. And a master of cruelty will often hide behind the word honest. Here's what it sounds like. You're excited about a new opportunity, a job interview, a business idea. You share it with her, hoping for support. Instead, she says, you know, you always choke under pressure. Don't get your hopes up. It feels like a punch in the gut. You're hurt. Then, when you react, she acts surprised. She says, what? I'm just being honest. You do get nervous. I'm just trying to help you be realistic. See what she did? She reframed a destructive, demoralizing comment as a helpful service. She's not being honest. She's being contemptuous. And she's avoiding all blame by claiming the moral high ground of truth-telling. This is incredibly damaging. Over time, you'll stop sharing your dreams with her. You'll preemptively shrink yourself to avoid her realistic assessments. Your self-esteem becomes tied to her approval, which she withholds under the guise of just telling it like it is. Your move here is crucial. Do not debate whether you choke under pressure. That's her trap. Instead, challenge the disrespect. Say this, whether I get nervous isn't the point. The point is how you chose to speak to me. You could have said, good luck, I know you've got this. That's supportive. Telling me I always choke isn't support. Watch her reaction. If she gets defensive and says, you're so sensitive, I can't say anything, she is telling you she values her right to criticize over your right to respect. If she pauses and says, you're right, that was harsh, I'm sorry, there might be hope. But if the pattern continues, if her honesty consistently feels like contempt, she has told you she is an emotional arsonist. She will light fires in your confidence and call it illumination. You cannot build a safe home with an arsonist. You leave. Now, the fourth phrase, you're lucky to have me. This one seems like a compliment at first. It sounds like confidence. But say it out loud and feel the weight of it. You're lucky to have me. It's not a feeling of mutual gratitude. It's a declaration of a power imbalance. It means she sees herself as the prize, and you as the lucky winner. The relationship is not a partnership of equals. It's a favor she is bestowing upon you. You'll usually hear this after an argument, or when you ask for something. You ask for more help around the house. She says, you know, you should appreciate me more. You're lucky to have me. Other guys wouldn't put up with this. Instantly, your reasonable request is framed as ingratitude. The conversation is no longer about chores. It's about whether you are sufficiently grateful for her presence. You are now in debt. You owe her for the privilege of being with her. When a man hears this, he often starts performing gratitude. He buys flowers out of guilt, not love. He stops asking for things. He tries to earn the favor of her affection. He becomes a tenant in her emotional world, constantly paying rent in praise. Do not perform. Challenge the premise. That's an interesting way to see it. I choose to be with you every day because I value you. I thought you chose to be with me for the same reason. Do you really feel like I'm just lucky, Or are we two people choosing each other? This question forces her to define the relationship. Is it a mutual choice, or is it a hierarchy? If she backtracks and says, "You know what I mean, I just want to feel appreciated," you can work with that. But if she doubles down, if she says, "Yes, you are lucky," believe her. She sees you as beneath her. No amount of your effort will ever make you equals in her eyes. A relationship without equality is a prison. You have the key. Use it. Finally, the fifth phrase, the ultimate red flag. It's your job to make me happy. Happiness is an inside job. It is every adult's own responsibility. You can add to someone's happiness. You can share joy. But you cannot make another person happy. That's an impossible task. When a woman says this, or strongly implies it, she is handing you a suitcase full of her emotional baggage and saying, "You carry this." You'll see it like this. She's unhappy with her job, her friends, her life. You try to help. You suggest solutions. You plan nice dates. Nothing works. Finally, in frustration, she says, "I don't know. You're my partner. Figure it out. You're supposed to make me happy." In that moment, her unhappiness, which comes from her own life and choices, becomes your fault and your responsibility. You are now set up for permanent failure. You will drain yourself trying to fill a cup with a hole in the bottom. Men accept this mission. They burn out. They think, a good man makes his woman happy. This is a fairy tale. It leads to a man who is empty and a woman who never learns to build her own joy. Here is your only response. You must hand the suitcase back, gently but firmly. Say this, "I love you, and it hurts me to see you struggle, but I need to be clear. I cannot make you happy. That's not my job, and it's not possible. My job is to be a supportive, loving partner, while you figure out what you need to build your own happiness. I am here to help you, but I cannot be the source." This is the ultimate test of her maturity. A mature woman will be hurt at first, but she will hear you. She will realize you're right. An immature, dependent woman will explode. She'll say, "So, you don't care if I'm miserable?" She'll guilt trip you. If she explodes or collapses, she has given you your answer. She is not looking for a partner. She is looking for a parent, a therapist, a savior. You cannot build a healthy relationship with someone who refuses to be responsible for their own emotional life. You have to leave. Not because you don't care, but because staying enables her helplessness and destroys you. Let's bring this home. These 5 phrases are not just arguments. They are declarations. "You're just like you were before" is a declaration that the past will always be a weapon. "It's this way or it's over" is a declaration that your partnership is a dictatorship. "I'm just being honest" when it's cruel is a declaration that disrespect is a virtue. "You're lucky to have me" is a declaration that you are not equals. "Make me happy" is a declaration that you are responsible for her emotional state. When you hear these declarations, your job is not to fix them. Your job is to hear them, to understand that she is showing you the core of her character. And then, your job is to make the choice that protects you. Often, that choice is to believe her and to leave. Your peace is not negotiable. Your self-respect is not a bargaining chip. Some words aren't conversations, they are conclusions. Now, I want you to think. Be honest with yourself. Which one of these 5 things have you heard? Have you heard the past used as a weapon? Have you heard the ultimatum, the cruel honesty, the "you're lucky" line, or the "make me happy" demand? Comment below with the number: 1 for the past weapon, 2 for the ultimatum, 3 for the cruel honesty, 4 for "you're lucky," 5 for "make me happy." Let's get real about what we've tolerated. Your story might help another man see his own situation clearly. If this video gave you the clarity to stop explaining away words that hurt you, hit the like button right now. It helps more than you know. Subscribe to Inner Plan. Next week, we flip the script. We'll talk about the 5 things a high-value woman says, the green flags that show you found a true partner. I'm Alex Reed. Lead with understanding.